This is where engineering meets insanity, where decades of racing heritage collide with cutting-edge hybrid technology. The Ferrari SF90 Stradale redefined what a hybrid supercar could be. When it was first unveiled, it wasn't just another fast Ferrari. It was a revolution. A 4.0-litre twin-turbo V8 engine paired with 3 electric motors, producing a staggering 986 horsepower. It was the first plug-in hybrid in Ferrari's history, and the most powerful production Ferrari ever built. The SF90 proved one thing: the future of performance isn't just electric. It's intelligent. It combined the brutal force of combustion with the instant torque of electricity, creating a driving experience that was both ferocious and futuristic. But in true Ferrari fashion, they didn't stop there. They asked a question only they could ask. How do you take perfection and make it even faster, louder, and more extreme? The answer is the Ferrari SF90 XX Stradale. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a transformation. Ferrari took the SF90's sophisticated hybrid system and pushed it beyond what anyone thought possible. The result is a street-legal version of their legendary XX program, a series of track-focused, experimental cars that were never meant to leave the circuit. Until now, the SF90 XX Stradale takes the same heart, the V8 engine and hybrid powertrain, and turns everything up to 11. Power jumps to 1,016 horsepower. Aerodynamics are reimagined for maximum downforce, and the car's body has been sculpted to slice through air like a missile. Every detail screams performance. The aggressive front splitter, the deep air vents, and that enormous fixed rear wing. The first on a road-going Ferrari in decades. It's not just there for show. It generates over 530 kilograms of downforce at 250 kilometers per hour. That means it sticks to the road like a Formula One car. The interior tells the same story. Minimal, focused, and purposeful. Lightweight materials. Alcantara everywhere. Carbon fiber on every surface. The SF90 XX isn't about comfort. It's about control. Every dial, every paddle, every screen, all designed to make you feel connected to the machine. And then there's the sound. Ferrari heard the feedback from SF90 owners who wanted more emotion, so they gave the XX a brand new exhaust system, tuned to unleash the V8's full fury. When you start it, it doesn't whisper. It roars. It's raw, mechanical, and completely alive. On paper, it's faster. On track, it's sharper. But in your soul, it's something else entirely. It's the feeling of a race car that you can drive to dinner. The SF90 Stradale was Ferrari's vision of the future. The SF90 XX Stradale is Ferrari's dream made real. An uncompromising, unapologetic statement of power and passion. 2 cars, 1 name, both built to destroy lap times, but in completely different ways. One is precision, the other is madness, and together they represent the evolution of speed. At first glance, it's unmistakably Ferrari, but look closer, and you'll see something more aggressive, more extreme, more purposeful. The front end is sharper and lower, sculpted to slice through air like a blade. Huge intakes channel air directly to the brakes and radiators, while the redesigned hood features integrated vents that pull hot air out of the engine bay to improve cooling and efficiency. Along the sides, the bodywork hugs the chassis like a tailored suit. Deep aerodynamic channels run from the doors to the rear haunches, guiding air precisely where it needs to go, toward that massive, unmistakable rear wing. And that wing is a statement all on its own. The last time Ferrari fitted a fixed rear wing on a road car was back in the 1990s with the F50. Now it's back, bigger, bolder, and more functional than ever. At high speeds, It produces over 530 kilograms of downforce, anchoring the car to the tarmac like a race car. Every vent, every crease, every millimeter of carbon fiber has been crafted not for beauty alone, but for aerodynamic perfection. The result is a car that doesn't just look fast. It is fast in every sense of the word. Underneath the sculpted body lies Ferrari's most advanced chassis ever. Lightweight materials and racing-inspired engineering have shaved precious kilograms off the SF90's already lean frame. The suspension has been retuned for sharper handling, allowing the XX Stradale to dance through corners with the precision of a track machine. And then there's the powertrain. At its heart, the same 4.0-litre twin-turbocharged V8, but now tuned to deliver even more fury. Combined with the electric motors, the SF90 XX Stradale produces a staggering 1,016 horsepower. That means 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.3 seconds. 0 to 200 in under 7 seconds. Numbers that sound like science fiction, until you realize this isn't a prototype. It's a production car. And yet, what makes this Ferrari truly remarkable is not just its power, it's how it delivers it. The hybrid system doesn't just boost performance, it intelligently distributes power between the front and rear wheels. Every millisecond, it reads grip, throttle input, and steering angle to ensure that every bit of energy goes exactly where it's needed. The result is a driving experience that feels alive, one that reacts instantly, intuitively, like the car is reading your mind. It's not just fast, it's connected. It's Ferrari's racing DNA, distilled and electrified. The SF90 XX Stradale isn't just about reaching the finish line first. It's about rewriting what the finish line even means. Because when you press that red engine start button on the steering wheel, the SF90 XX Stradale doesn't just start, it awakens. A deep growl echoes through the carbon fiber shell, a mechanical heartbeat that grows into a full symphony of power. The V8 snarls to life, raw and untamed, while the electric motors hum quietly underneath. A futuristic whisper beneath a primal roar. Ferrari completely re-engineered the exhaust system for the XX Stradale, tuning it to bring back that classic Ferrari sound that so many enthusiasts missed in the original SF90. This isn't just noise. It's a performance, a high-pitched, metallic scream that rises with every rev, and when you lift off the throttle, it crackles and pops like a fireworks show of fury. Behind the wheel, everything feels razor-sharp. The throttle response is immediate. Instant torque from the electric motors launches you forward before the V8 even has time to exhale. It's a split-second surge of energy that pins you to the seat and blurs the world around you. Ferrari's engineers describe it as continuous thrust, a sensation where there's no delay, no hesitation, just seamless, endless acceleration. The steering feels telepathic. Every input, every micro-adjustment translates directly into motion. You're not driving the SF90 XX Stradale. You're wearing it. It feels like an extension of your hands, your feet, your instincts. On track, it's savage. The all-wheel drive system grips like claws, and the new aerodynamic setup keeps it glued to the tarmac. You can feel the downforce working. The harder you push, the more the car wants to stay planted. Through corners, the XX Stradale feels alive, balancing perfectly between aggression and control. It encourages you to go faster, brake later, and trust the car completely. That's the Ferrari magic. The feeling that the machine is daring you to be braver. And yet, when you switch into electric mode, it's quiet, almost serene. You can glide through city streets silently, knowing that with one press of the throttle, 1,000 horses are waiting to be unleashed. It's a perfect contradiction. Savage, yet civilized. Loud yet intelligent. Futuristic, yet unmistakably Ferrari. The SF90 XX Stradale doesn't just move you. It moves your soul. It's not a car built to impress the world. It's a car built to remind you what it feels like to be alive. Every surface, every button, every display is designed with one goal: connection. The connection between the driver, the car, and the road. You sit low, race car low, with your legs stretched out and the steering wheel right where it should be, packed with switches, paddles, and that signature Ferrari Manettino dial. It's not just a steering wheel. It's mission control. Behind it, a massive curved digital display greets you, showing everything from speed and gear selection to hybrid power distribution and performance data in real time. It's clean, futuristic, and completely focused on the drive. Ferrari's philosophy here is simple: less distraction, more sensation. So there are no unnecessary screens, no cluttered layouts, just pure driver feedback. Every input, every shift, every sound feels mechanical, direct, and alive. The interior is wrapped in Alcantara and carbon fiber, not for luxury, but for purpose. Even the seats tell the story: lightweight, sculpted, and built for support, designed to hold you tight through every high-speed corner. They're not about comfort, they're about control. Subtle touches remind you that this car belongs to a different league. The XX logo stitched into the headrests, the exposed carbon door panels, the titanium paddle shifters that click like precision instruments. Everything has a texture, a feeling, a reason to exist, and then there's the technology underneath it all. An invisible network of sensors, processors, and algorithms that constantly analyze what's happening beneath you. The hybrid system calculates torque split, battery output, and power recovery on the fly, so that you, the driver, can focus on one thing: performance. It's a dance between man and machine, a dialogue between instinct and intelligence. Ferrari doesn't want to replace the driver. They want to enhance the driver. Even the driving modes reflect that philosophy. You can switch between e-drive for silent, electric cruising, hybrid for balance, and qualify mode, the ultimate performance setting, where every bit of power is unleashed. In qualify mode, the car becomes a weapon. Every component works in perfect harmony to deliver the full 1016 horsepower at your command. The result? Instant response, breathtaking speed, and a driving experience that feels almost supernatural. Inside the SF90 XX Stradale, you don't just sit behind the wheel. You merge with the car. Every heartbeat, every movement is amplified through the chassis, the pedals, and the sound. It's not driving. It's a conversation between flesh, metal, and energy. And that's what makes this Ferrari special. It's not just about horsepower, or technology, or design. It's about creating an experience. A connection so strong that it blurs the line between driver and machine. It's a word that carries weight in the world of Ferrari. And with the SF90 XX Stradale, it means something deeper. This isn't a car you can just walk into a dealership and order. It's not about money alone. It's about belonging to a select group of people who understand what Ferrari truly represents. Ferrari built only 799 units of the SF90 XX Stradale, each one meticulously handcrafted in Maranello, each one already spoken for before the car was even publicly revealed. Every buyer was personally chosen, people with a history, a passion, and a relationship with the brand, and the price, around $800,000. Before any personalization, before the endless list of carbon upgrades and bespoke finishes. In reality, most will cost well over $1 million. But here's the thing. For those lucky enough to own one, it's not about the number on the invoice. It's about owning a piece of Ferrari's living history, a machine that bridges two worlds, the racing track and the open road. The SF90 XX Stradale isn't just a car. It's a celebration of everything Ferrari stands for: heritage, innovation, passion, and exclusivity. Even the standard SF90 Stradale, if you can call anything this powerful standard, remains a masterpiece in its own right, offering nearly 1,000 horsepower for around half the price. It's the car that made this new chapter possible, the foundation on which the XX Stradale was built. But the XX? That's Ferrari with the safety limits turned off. It's the brand saying, we can still go further. It's a car made not for collectors, but for drivers who want to feel what the edge of perfection really is. And make no mistake, the SF90 XX Stradale is more than a status symbol. It's a rare moment when technology, performance, and artistry come together in perfect balance. Only a handful of people will ever experience what it feels like to sit behind that wheel, to press that start button, and to unleash more than 1,000 horsepower of Ferrari's finest engineering. For everyone else, we can only watch, listen, and dream. It's a declaration, a statement from Maranello to the world that innovation will never dull passion, that electricity doesn't replace emotion, it amplifies it. The SF90 Stradale showed us what Ferrari's future could look like. A future where technology and tradition can coexist in harmony. But the SF90 XX Stradale, that's Ferrari's heartbeat, unleashed. It's the future, but turned up to its loudest, fastest, wildest form. It's not about statistics anymore. It's about feeling. The vibration in your chest when the V8 roars. The electricity in the air when you floor the throttle. The way your pulse races faster than the car itself. Because behind every number, every figure, every headline, there's a story of obsession, a story of designers, engineers, and dreamers who refused to settle for enough. They wanted more. More power, more precision, more Ferrari. The SF90 XX Stradale is the culmination of that dream. A bridge between racing heritage and technological revolution. It's the moment when history and innovation shake hands. And speed becomes something almost spiritual. Two cars, one name, one philosophy. The SF90 Stradale. The intelligent pioneer. The SF90 XX Stradale. The unleashed warrior. One built to change the future. The other built to dominate it. And that is what happens when Ferrari decides not to follow the limits of possibility, but to redefine them. Pause. This isn't just performance. This is passion, precision, and power, fused into one living, breathing masterpiece. This is the Ferrari SF90 XX Stradale. Ferrari hasn't just built another supercar. They've built a glimpse of what's coming next. The SF90 Stradale and the SF90 XX Stradale are more than machines. They're symbols of how far passion and precision can go when pushed by human obsession. We're standing at a turning point in automotive history, a world where electricity meets adrenaline, where data meets desire, and where innovation still makes your heart race. Ferrari has proven something powerful. That progress doesn't mean compromise. That technology doesn't kill emotion. It evolves it. The SF90 Stradale started the revolution. The XX Stradale perfected it. Two cars, two philosophies, but one unshakable idea. That driving should still feel something. Because when you sit behind that wheel, you realize this isn't about luxury or status. It's about connection between man, machine, and motion. It's about hearing the echo of the track in every shift, every corner, every heartbeat, And that's why Ferrari remains Ferrari. Not just because they build fast cars, but because they build feelings. So as the world moves towards silence, Ferrari continues to roar, reminding us that passion will never fade, and the spirit of speed will always find a way forward. Pause. This is more than engineering. This is emotion sculpted in red. This is Ferrari. Music swells, fade out. A machine that doesn't just define performance. It redefines what's possible. A car that bridges past and future, blending Ferrari's racing soul with the intelligence of tomorrow. If you've made it this far, you understand that this isn't just about horsepower or design. It's about emotion. It's about that feeling you get when engineering becomes art, and when speed becomes poetry. So if you felt that same spark, that same heartbeat that drives every Ferrari ever built, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and join me as we continue to explore the machines that move the world forward. There are countless stories like this waiting to be told, and every one of them starts with passion. Pause. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel, and your soul tuned to the sound of Ferrari. Soft music fades, final rev sound plays. The name SF90 stands for Scuderia Ferrari, 90th anniversary, a tribute to Ferrari's racing team, founded back in 1929. This car wasn't just built for the road. It was built to honor 9 decades of relentless pursuit of speed. The XX program, from which the SF90 XX Stradale gets its name, has always been Ferrari's secret playground. A world of experimental machines, designed purely for track testing. Cars like the FXX and the 599XX were never road legal. They existed solely to push the limits of physics and to help Ferrari engineers learn how to make the next generation faster. Until now, the SF90 XX Stradale is the first XX car ever that you can drive on the road. A piece of the lab, set free, and here's something wild. The SF90 XX Stradale can run silently in full electric mode for up to 25 kilometers. That means, if you want, you can cruise through a quiet city street in complete silence, while knowing you're sitting on top of over 1,000 horsepower. Another fun fact, the SF90 XX Stradale's fixed rear wing isn't just for show. It's active, adjusting itself to balance downforce and drag. Just like a Formula One car, it can switch from maximum stability to minimal resistance in a fraction of a second. And despite being a hybrid, this car isn't about saving fuel. It's about saving time. Every ounce of electricity, every kilowatt, is focused on one goal: going faster, sharper, harder. Even the brakes are next level. Ferrari designed a new cooling system that channels air directly through the calipers to keep them operating at peak efficiency, no matter how brutal the track session gets. Everything about this car, from its design to its engineering, exists because Ferrari refuses to stop experimenting. Pause. And that's what makes the SF90 and the SF90 XX Stradale so much more than just supercars. They're proof that even after 90 years of chasing perfection, Ferrari is still asking the same question: how can we make it faster? Every Ferrari ever built carries a heartbeat, a rhythm of history, of art, of obsession. From the roar of the F40 to the whisper of the SF90 XX Stradale, that heartbeat continues. It's more than machinery. It's a legacy, sculpted in metal, fueled by dreams, and perfected through generations of relentless pursuit. Because for Ferrari, the road never ends. There's always another curve to conquer, another sound to chase, another limit to break, and for those who understand, for those who feel it. The SF90 XX Stradale isn't just the next chapter. It's the beginning of a new era. Pause. Faint rev sound in the background. This is not the end. This is Ferrari. Music swells. Fade to black with Ferrari emblem.